Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Ghostboy and you guys are watching another Ghostboy Gaming video. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing some early release Call of Duty Cold War footage which I was able to record last night because Call of Duty is awesome and they gave us access to play Call of Duty Cold War, the multiplayer mode that is, for the full weekend. But there's a bit of a downside because unfortunately for all Xbox and PC players, you couldn't do that. It was only on PS4, so it was strictly a PS4 thing. But honestly, nevertheless, let me get into the video because there's a few things I want to say that's positive and there's a few things that I want to say which is not negative, it's just that my personal opinion. Anyways, let's get into today's video. So I guess let's start off with the gameplay. Personally, in my opinion, everything's about my opinion here right now, is what I felt and what I kind of summed up the game to be from the little time I played with it, because I just couldn't go on. Honestly, it was just not a game for me. I got bored really quickly playing it, and it's not really a bad thing, it's just it wasn't for me. There's a lot of people who might just enjoy it and might just love it from the get-go and just kind of be a natural with it, but in my opinion it just didn't wow me compared to when I started playing Warzone. The game just didn't feel like a modern game. It felt kind of like an older game, like I'm going back to Call of Duty Black Ops, for example, and just trying to play that game for the weekend or something. That's how it honestly felt. It just felt like a better version or higher quality and just a bit more tweaked version of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which is not a bad thing because that was a good game. But in my opinion, from how the Modern Warfare or Call of Duty Modern Warfare kind of broke the gaming industry when it came to FPS gaming, it just doesn't kind of compare. Like, Cold War is a great game and there's no doubt that it's gonna be popping off really soon on release, but I just don't feel it. It's just not a game that is going to be on top of the leaderboard. It's not a game that, in my opinion, is gonna be better than Modern Warfare. Yes, the graphics are slightly better, or maybe because honestly it just felt too vibrant and fake. But is it gonna be taking on Modern Warfare? I guess that will just be at this time will tell. But in my personal opinion, Modern Warfare is still the better game. The guns also in the game just felt a bit fake. It felt a bit like you're playing an older version, like I said, like a BO3 or BO4 game, because it just didn't feel real. It felt like kind of like that same vibe that you got when you played BO4. It doesn't give that kick like Modern Warfare when you're getting hit markers and stuff like that, or when you're getting hit from someone. It just doesn't feel the same. It just felt old. It felt like they just kind of took the whole BO4 kind of content and kind of just like beefed it up and tweaked it and made changes, and that's what it felt like. Honestly, it felt like an update to BO4, which, like I said again, it's not bad. It just, from the way Modern Warfare kind of dominated, there's nothing really that can compare to it right now. Now, this gameplay right now was, I think, one of the first few games that I've gotten, and I just recorded all my games, but it took really long time to kind of figure the movement. It still felt a bit finicky and kind of like, but like there was a bit of latency, or like, I don't know if it was latency, or it just didn't feel kind of as smooth and as fluent as Modern Warfare, but it was really good overall. I really enjoyed the gameplay. I really enjoyed kind of exploring new genres and stuff like that. But in my personal opinion, is it gonna be a better version or better game than Modern Warfare? No, not really. I don't think so. Okay, so let's touch on the guns for a bit, because that's gonna impact a lot in terms of people are gonna enjoy the game, because that's kind of like the whole point of the game, is having good guns. Now, honestly, I did actually touch on this at the beginning of the video, but I'll say it again. Personally, the guns just felt fake. Like, compared to playing in Modern Warfare, for example, the guns just feel real. Everything feels real. The damage in it, the different guns, it just felt more realistic. Honestly, here, if you're using, like, yes, there are guns that are good and there are guns that are bad, but it felt a lot like how when, like, I'm gonna say again, like BO4, when you're playing, everything kind of just feels the same. There's not a lot of difference between everything. Like, we've kind of gotten used to the metas by now, of having metas actually in like Modern Warfare, in that, for example, of having different guns and different things that are very bad and really good. That kind of set like a standard of the game, which actually was quite cool. And even though there was a lot of people running around with certain metas only, it kind of created a vibe in the game. Like, there was certain things that there were certain guns that were unusable, and there were certain guns that were crazy OP, and that kind of created, like I'm saying, the vibe. But this game kind of didn't have that. Honestly, I played one game with, I think, the AK-70, the AK-74U, something like that. That thing beams. But then I played with the AK-47, which had a bit more recoil, but it also beamed. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel different. The MP5 just felt weak in the game. Snipers honestly didn't really feel like snipers. It was good snipers, yes, they are really good. But when you start comparing it again to Modern Warfare, for example, it just doesn't compare. Like, that game is at another level of just OP, and it's just so cool. That game is amazing. The input and the amount of work that went into that game, in my personal opinion, is just top notch. It's just a really great job and a really well done job by Infinity Ward. Now, I'm not saying Treyarch doesn't know how to make games. They make really good games, and that's proven. I mean, BO2, for example, let's go back a little bit. Those games were all great games, but it's just that I guess they're trying to bring back the old mentality of BO4, when Infinity Ward just kind of dominated with the modernized type of game of Modern Warfare. They just kind of changed the whole industry of Call of Duty. Now, going back, it's gonna be hard for a lot of people, but it's just a matter of time, I guess, that will kind of like bring people back into the vibe of playing it. But having Warzone now, it's going to be quite hard to keep on making that switch, going to multiplayer and then going to Warzone. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen in the future. But right now, the way things are looking, personally, I don't think it's looking good for the Call of Duty Cold War side. Now, there's a lot of people who love this game, and that I'm going to say. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of my friends, when we played yesterday, one or two games, a lot of them enjoy the game totally. They really love the game, and that's their opinion, honestly. They felt that they found the movements, but there's a lot of opinions, a lot of mixed opinions right now, and I guess that middle ground will be met once the release of the game, and maybe once they make a few patches and a few changes to it. I'm sure that middle ground will kind of like be reached, but right now I'm a bit skeptical on whether to kind of like actually invest in this game. It's not something that I'm ready to do as yet. On the flip side of things, the graphics is just, I don't know. It felt really good, but at the same time it felt a bit over vibrant. So from somebody who's coming from a game like Modern Warfare, which felt honestly perfect, the colors was perfect, even though it had a pale look to it, it felt more realistic. It felt like it felt like a battleground. It felt really cool. It felt more realistic. If you looked at a picture at a glance of it, you could actually get confused of it being real. This completely feels like a complete cartoon. It doesn't really feel real. It just feels absolutely fake. And I mean, they're trying to go for the realism, but it just looks. Let me find a way. It looks more like a kind of a more realistic version, or more realistic looking map, or like, if you want to talk, it looks more realistic, like kind of like a realistic version of Apex Legends, if you want to put it like that. Apex Legends, we all know, with that vibrant colors, that vibrant look and everything, and this kind of the maps kind of felt like a more realistic, but at the same time the same looking as an Apex Legends game. And honestly, that's not bad. I mean, like I said again, it's just a matter of preference and a matter of opinion, but in my personal opinion, I like the Modern Warfare looking better. Now, I'm not trying to throw hate on this game by any chance. Like, I had fun playing the game last night. We actually enjoyed it, and it might be a game that I might enjoy. It's just, I guess, a matter of time, me playing it maybe for about a week or two on release or whatever, if I'm going to even kind of invest my time in that game. But if I do, there's maybe with that, I might be able to kind of like enjoy it more, I guess, if I'm like put in my time, and if I really kind of sit for like 1 or 2 weeks just playing it, I guess I'll be able to get used to it and kind of enjoy it. But right now, from this little time of playing the game, I don't think it's for me. And honestly, it wasn't a game that kind of hooked me. Like, when I play a game and I get hooked, then I know the game is good. Yesterday, when we got this gameplay, I played it for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours max. I think we logged off, and then I went back to Warzone because I just couldn't play more of it. And yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at that, because right now there's not a lot that I can say, because it's really early, and I guess we'll just have to wait for the release to kind of see the full game. But anyways, this was kind of my opinion on the game, And you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it to you guys. Go ahead and comment down below your thoughts on the game and what you feel about the game. And thank you guys for watching. We've been really doing absolutely crazy right on the channel. The channel's been popping off. And I just want to thank you guys again for all of the support. If you guys haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and do. We're kind of on the road to 100 subscribers. Would be absolutely great if you could crack that goal. I upload every single Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. My name is Ghostboy, and I'm gonna see you guys in another video.